Hi, I'm Peter Kalmstrom of kalmstrom.com Business Solutions. In this demonstration, I'll show you how to install the PDF creator for SharePoint using the PowerShell method in SharePoint Online. First of all, you need a couple of prerequisites. You need to have installed the PowerShell 7 version, which I already have. Also, you need to install Visual Studio Code, and I've done that too. And then inside Visual Studio Code, you do need the extension for PowerShell. Those are three of the prerequisites. Also, you need to know how to connect to SharePoint using PowerShell and have the client ID for interactive login. If you don't have that, then I recommend going through the kalmstrom.com website and checking out our demos there. Here is a lot about how to connect to SharePoint using PowerShell. So that's prerequisites, and I have done all of those, so let's get started. I've also, of course, downloaded the actual installer zip file from the kalmstrom.com website. So now I'm just going to extract those files from the zip file, and here they are. As you see, there's a JavaScript file, there's an ASPX file, and there's the PDF installer. So let's go into Visual Studio and open that file now. PS installer. So there are a few things that you need to change here. First of all, you need to change so that it's online. That's what we're doing in this demo. As you see, the script supports all the way back to 2013 and all the way up to online. Then you need the client ID. Again, watch our other demos if you don't know what we're doing there. And then, of course, we need to specify which sites this should be installed to. And I'm just going to do two of them in this demo, the PDF demo 3 and PDF demo 4. So let's just copy and paste that. There we go, paste that. There I have a collection now of the sites I'm going to be working with. Now we're done, we can just press play basically, but before that I should mention what we're actually doing here. First of all, there's some explanation, documentation here, apart from my own website, how to get that client ID. Then down here, you don't need to modify this, but you should understand what's going on. Here's some code that you might need to run before you're able to run PowerShell on your computer. Also, this to download modules, you might need to set this one, so I usually set it. And here are my error preferences, and that is that always stop if there's an issue. Then I'm just checking the current path there, and here's a function that checks if a module is installed or not. And here is the connection code. So if it's online, then I go to the admin center and connect using this client ID. And then I loop through the sites and enable scripting on those. This one we don't have to worry about because that is the code for on-premises. Then there's the definition of the command UI definition. Here, this is the actual putting a button into the ribbon code here. And then I loop through each of the sites, connect to them, and then checking that the site assets library exists. And once that's done, I'm adding the JavaScript file and the ASPX file to that site assets library. And then I'm adding the custom actions there, the different places where I want the button to exist. I want it to exist both for the modern experience and in the classic experience, and then on the ECB also. And then I'm adding a script link so that it's always available on the site. So that's it. Now we can just run the code. And now it's logging in, and I've already approved in this browser, so that's why I'm not getting the browser pop-up for the login, because I've already logged in this PowerShell session. Now you see it's adding the files, and then we're all done. And now I can go back to my sites here, go into site contents, and we'll see that the site assets library does contain the appropriate file. That concludes this demo on how to install the PDF creator for SharePoint using PowerShell. Thank you for watching this demo.